And I think we're live. Yeah, finally. Got it right. So, I'm gonna wait for people to come in and join. So, just waiting for some people. I know, Comic Book NYC and Jan 2, we're waiting. Okay, so I see some people coming in. And so we have 3 people watching. So, Comic Books NYC, sorry, I know it's been taking a while. Okay, so I'm gonna wait till one more person comes and joins, and we're gonna show off some books. It's gonna be 25 Captain America books, and this is actually a video entry into Tony Sanders' contest, but I thought it'd be pretty interesting to do as a live stream. So let's see. And oh, we have 4 people. So yep, Jan 2, I think it's good too. And okay. I know Comic Books NYC. Congrats for Tony Sanders, and thanks Jan 2. Yeah, I like my collection too. It's mainly been my dad's, but he's been letting me use it for the comics, for the YouTube. And so, okay, so let's get started. I said when there's 4 people. And right now there's 5 actually, so even better. And these stands, some people have been asking me about these stands. I actually made these out of Lego, so I'll be making a video. TJ Watson, howdy to you too. Okay, so for the people who just came in, I'm doing a contest entry into Tony Sanders' 250 subscriber contest. Now he's past 400, but this is whatever. I believe it ends December 6th. Then you have to subscribe to Kingpin Comics. Kingpin Comics just hit 100 subscribers last night. So first book is Captain America 103. I know he has a new contest for his 400 subscriber contest. I haven't even done his 251. So Captain America 103. I'm still looking for Cap 100 to 102. It's 100's easily findable, but I'm not willing to spend that much, I guess you could say. Next, I have Captain America 104, signed by Steranko. Yeah, I know, Comic Books NYC. Tony really is growing faster than we can make videos. Okay, so after Cap 104, we have Cap 105. And I'm just gonna move this over a little. And oh, hey, Nerd versus Fat. Oh yeah, you like Steranko's signature? Steranko's signature is pretty what would you say? It's pretty. I don't know the right word. I know the word, but I don't know the word. I guess it's like very bold, you could say. You know, he has the very big S, and then he has a nice. I don't know. He has nice handwriting too. So I always appreciate good handwriting. I don't know why. And thanks, Comic Books NYC. He said Solid Cap books. Oh, Cap 111 is the only comic books NYC said Cap 111 is the only Silver Age Cap he has 2 issues of. This is my only issue. I actually got this issue for free, and then I got it signed by Stranko. I was in line to get 104 signed, which you guys just saw. And they started talking to me. One of his guys, they started talking to me, and he said, "I have Cap 111. Do you want it? It has stains on it, but you could have it." I said, "Sure. I don't have a copy, and might as well." And I got it signed. So, yeah, Stranko actually, Stranko started out his comic book career in 1966 in Spy-Man #1, which was a Harvey comic. And, he's... Oh, I gotta change this one. I'm talking about the comic history and I don't even know which books to do. Yeah, Cap 111 has a nice cover. So, Stranko started out his comic book career in 1966 in Spy-Man issue #1. And he told me this, and he told me that he went up to Joe Simon's house in, when he still lived around, I don't know, he lived like near upstate New York. And, he said he spent all day there, and they were, they did Spy-Man #1, which was a Harvey comic, and if you guys don't pick it, if you guys don't have it, I suggest you pick it up. It's pretty nice. It doesn't go for much. It goes for like 30, 40 bucks. So there we have Cap 117, First Falcon, and it actually has the coupon cut out, but I only spent like 20 bucks on it, so might as well. And this book I spent 10 bucks on. So Cap 113, 10 bucks. Sure, why not? My friend actually sold it to me. Well, I don't know why I'm showing you the back cover. It's just a blank piece of, it's just a comic book backing board. Cap 118, first Falcon, second Falcon. I spent a little too much on this. Spent 12 bucks. I was at the convention. I was like, I want the second appearance too after I got this one. Whatever. Yeah, Jan2, they really are classics. And thanks to Comic Books NYC for the good deal. That was a good deal. That, not so much. You know what? I'm going to actually keep 117 around in the back. I actually recently just found this stand. The only reason why I made these is because I thought I didn't have one of the ones in the back, but just keep this one back here. And next we have Cap 113. I really want to complete the first Captain America 100 to 120. I really want to complete those first. And, oh, hey, Metarock. He says hello to everyone. And we have Captain America 176. Metarog, just to brief you in really quickly, I'm just doing a contest entry into Tony Sanders' 250 subscriber contest. And I thought it'd be fun doing it as a live stream since it's 25 bucks. I mean, I already filmed it, but whatever. I was like, might as well make this a live stream. And we were having some technical difficulties at first, which I think I got it now. Okay, Captain America 180, First Nomad. You know, this book was going for some serious, well, not serious money, but this book, when Infinity War was coming out, this and 181 I saw on eBay go for 60 bucks. Now, in this condition, you can barely get it for like 5. I mean, you can get it for 5. And, I actually won't count this one that I'm showing you guys right now, but it's another issue. It's just a lower grade. That I would say is a very fine. So, lower grade. And this is what I was saying, here, I'll just take this one out. Cap 181. These two on eBay, about this condition, was going for 60 bucks, and, but I just couldn't sell it. So, I mean, I kind of regret it, because I could have bought it back and still made, like, $55 profit. Cap 184. mean, I intend on making this live stream about 30 minutes, like, altogether. So after I'm done showing these comics, if you guys want to start thinking of questions. Oh, Cap 176, let me look for that in my pile. Oh, yeah, I see it. Metarog says, Cap 176 was one of the first comics I bought at a 7-Eleven. And, just to refresh your memory, it's like this. And Jan2, you're right, every book looks like a piece of art. Yeah, Comic Books NYC, no need to sell a book if you like it and want it in your collection. I mean, I really liked it, that's why I didn't sell it. But if it wasn't Cap, I think I would have sold it and later had bought it back. Because, like, the book just shot up and then just... I mean, but... whatever. And I know a lot of people are going to like this issue. So... and for the price I paid... Cap 193, the Kirby cover when Kirby returns to Marvel. And, I forgot who told me this, but this was originally supposed to be a 3D comic, like a 3D cover or something like that. Maybe it was Metarog. Yeah, I don't remember who told me that, but I've never forgot it, though. And, Comic Books NYC, yep, he says he loves issue 193. And, yeah, Metarog, it wasn't Metarog. Okay, well, someone told me that it was supposed to be a 3D. Oh, well, I told you guys, so someone told me, and now I'm telling you guys. And next is 198, which for some reason I like this cover. It's an all Jack Kirby issue. But there's just, I don't know. I think because it's almost like an homage to Adventure Comics 94, 95. One of those issues, between issue 85 and 95, they had a guy almost looking like this with a camera, and he had a big camera lens, and there you saw Sandman and Sandy the Golden Boy. So it's almost like an homage. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I told you it's a great book, and for the price I paid, I only paid like $3.50 for this book. Okay, Comic Books NYC has to go back to work. I mean, I don't want you to get in trouble or anything. Okay, next, Captain America 207, another all Kirby issue. Yeah, Metarog, I know, with the school supplies, and, also in your backdrop, there's a, like, small Cap 193s, and Nerd vs. Fat says, there's just something about yellow covers that gets you. Yeah, I know. I believe, was it yellow? It was either purple, red, or yellow that was proven to have the best sales in comic books. Robert Beerbaum told me this. And, well, he was having a chat on Facebook, and I was there, so I was reading along, and, also Gorilla's always sold well. That's why Carmine Infantino created Gorilla Grodd for The Flash, because he was a publisher for DC, and he knew how to get the sales up. So, just a little known fact. Captain America 208. Maybe I spent a little too much. I spent about market value on this book. Maybe, whatever. I bought it for $10. It's a nice looking issue. First, Arnim Zola, so the guy from the Captain America movies. And, hey, Bubs Comics. We're about halfway in, and I'm just doing a Tony Sanders contest entry. So, just showing off 25 Cap books. You can really just show off 25 of any books, but decided to do Cap because I have a lot of Cap books. Captain America 239. I think I picked this up for like $2, $3. And Captain America 249. So, this actually got signed by Jim Scalrup. I think that's how you say his name. I always pronounce people's names wrong. And yeah, got that signed. I paid like $2 for this issue, and he actually signed it for free for me. And I have to change the bag on some of these. Some of these bags are really good, some of them are really bad. Captain America 250, a personal favorite cover of mine by John Byrne, and also signed by Jim Scarrow. I believe he was the editor, and I think Byrne drew that cap over there. But then they just did a mashup of the Captain America, the old logo from the '60s. Yeah, and if you watch my series, yeah, Metarog agrees. He likes the Byrne caps. If you watch my series, the original art on Saturdays, I look over original art. I always point out the mashups and how they use mashups. So basically, they would draw it on different pieces of paper, and they would actually put it together on one board. Captain America 337 right here, Avengers 4 homage cover, and then they would just fill in some things, connect some stuff, and that's how a cover was used. So it's even possible that for this pin, that Captain America was pasted in. This Captain America, most likely he was pasted in here into a pin, and then the pin was later pinned. First they put the Captain America mashup down, then they put the pin with Cap on it onto the cover, and then they just did the lettering and just drew on the pin. So that's probably most likely how that cover was created, something like that. And a personal favorite of mine, even though this book doesn't get much attention, Captain America Collector's Preview. This was my first YouTube video, and that was about 3 months ago. And yeah, so Comic Books NYC and Comic Books NYC just subbed up Bugs. Everyone sub up each other. And Jeffrey came in, and Comic Books NYC, yeah, that Toys R Us top is nostalgia. And yeah. So Jeffrey, I'm just doing the 25 books for Tony Sanders contest, and decided to make it all Cap books. And this actually has a Lost Simon and Kirby story, so it's really great. And I believe it was a Captain America story, something like that. And it actually has an interview with Joe Simon, which does he talks about how you how you make a recreation. So pretty cool in my opinion. And next we have a modern book. So on my last live stream, I forgot who asked this, but they said, do you read modern books? And I said, not really. Well, here's a modern book. And I only bought it for one reason. Most of you, probably when you see it, can guess that reason. Okay, and Metarog just subbed Nerd vs. Fat and Jan 2. Yeah, that's good. Everyone sub up each other. I believe I'm subbed up to everyone in the chat. Nerd vs. Fat, I'll have to go sub you up. But the reason why I bought this book was because of the Captain America Comics issue number 1 homage cover, where you would actually have Captain America running in, punching Hitler, and Bucky would be down here. You would have 2 Nazi guards over here. You would actually have a Nazi guard back here too with the wall, another 2 Nazi guards, and a TV with the same box and everything. And it would say March number 1, and the standoff I believe was new. And okay. So next, I believe that was issue 25. This one, but you know what? I'm gonna just show off the like 4 more books, 4 more Captain America books I have. And The Adventures of Captain America Sentinels of Liberty, issue 4, sent to me by the Go-To Geeks. The True Believers Captain America, which, if you saw my Fighting American Throwback Thursday, issue number 3, you see that this was actually either taken directly from it or used as inspiration, because the layouts there by Joe Simon, and pencils by Joe and Jack. Here it's just Jack, but it's the same exact pose. So it's very interesting. I like pointing these things out and seeing these things. And the last cap book I'm going to show is a recent acquisition of mine, Captain America number 1, volume 8, Simon and Kirby variant. So I picked this up for cover price, and I think it was yeah, cover price, maybe $1 less, I forget. And even though this is not a Captain America book, it is a Captain. So Captain 3D. This was, I forgot what year, 1955. Let me check. Oh, it doesn't say. Of course, when I need to, it doesn't say. Yep, Comic Books NYC, he says he digs those old school homage covers. And Nerd vs. Fact just finished watching Jeffrey's video. Yeah, Metarog, it is a terrific Cap and Bucky cover. I actually have a magnet that I picked up of that same cover that they used. So we have this, and that's actually that here. So that was pretty interesting. Kind of sad that they faded out the colors. I wish it was a little more prominent, but whatever. And I actually got this at Strand's bookstore. So they had those for like $5. Yeah, and Comic Books NYC said he liked a lot of those Cap 1 variants. And I was really only after the Simon and Kirby variant. But I know that they did start having some good stuff with the Cap line. And a lot of people like the regular cover with the Alex Ross wraparound. Just wanted to speak about this book really quickly. Anyone who's looking to get into Golden Age, this is a good book to get. This is first Captain 3D, and this was 1955 by Harvey Comics, and it has amazing art by Golden Age legends, Mort Meskin, Jack Kirby, Joe Simon, Steve Ditko. This is Steve Ditko's very early work. It goes for about, I think, like $30 online. But in this condition, it goes for about, I think, yeah, about 30. I only paid 12, so deals can be found. But make sure it has the 3D goggles. I know this for sure. I know Metarog said that if there's goggles inside, right, Metarog? You said that. And yeah, there are two goggles. There are two 3D goggles inside, and so it's pretty easy to find on eBay. It's a great book if you're trying to get into Golden Age. This is late Golden Age book, but still. Great Golden Age artist. I think it's Steve Ditko's like second or third professional work. Yeah, Metarog. The goggles complete the comic. You need those. And so. So TJ Watson said 3D, even my CGC 9.2 was only $100. Comic Books NYC said he doesn't have a single 3D comic, so now he feels left out. But Jeffrey doesn't have one either. Yeah, it's actually really cool. I'll open it up and show it to you guys. I think you guys will find it really awesome. Yeah, Bubs Comics likes 3D books, and they're pretty cool. I don't like to read them, but they're interesting to look at. Here, let's take a look. Yeah, I doubt you'll find this in the wild. So it's not perfectly centered. But whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna wait. Let me see what year it's from. From 1953, so even before I said. So this is just the interior splash page, and see it's 3D, so you would need the goggles. It's drawn in red, and I like seeing the Harvey magic specs. And this is actually the true splash page. So it's really, really cool. And then here we have like the second chapter. And if you wore the glasses, you would see inside and everything. Let's see. So weird. And a funny story about this. So I believe it was Mort Meskin or Steve Ditko. And oh, so Metarog, you do have this book. Metarog says he has 3 or 4. Tough to read though. Yeah, it is tough to read. Because of the colors, you need the glasses to read. But if you have a copy with the detached glasses, you could always use those. Or yeah, I know it's pretty hard to read. And Comic Books NYC said, or probably have, but didn't know, he's referring to coming across one in the wild. Comic Books NYC, I'm the kind of guy that goes out of his way not to see a movie in 3D, so I can see it being challenging to read a book. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, Matarog, he said he doesn't have this one, but he has 3 or 4 3D comics. Yeah. Matarog, are you referring to the Harvey? Are they Harvey comics, like the 3D Dolly? 3D doll? It's either doll or Dolly. And I totally agree, Comic Books, I want to say, I don't see movies in 3D just because it's a little too much. But it is pretty interesting. I have to say that. Even though it's not really readable, it's really interesting. I mean, you could really see some things. At least I find it interesting. And those are the 2 glasses. So still attached from 1953. And yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? Any characters, anything, movies? I mean, what time is it now? Oh, it's 5:41. Oh, well. This is going longer than I originally thought. Well, let me know if you guys want to talk about anything in particular. I know C. Woodard has a live stream at 7 Eastern time. So I will be watching that. Yeah. Oh, so Metarog has Obscure 50s Funny Animal 3D comics. Funny Animal. Do you know what publisher? And Jeffrey said he saw a 3D movie once and it really messed with his eyes. He had to wear the 3D glasses over the glasses that he wears. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't wear glasses, but I just don't like 3D movies. There was one movie that my friend dragged me to watch in 3D, and it was a Star Wars Rogue One. And it actually wasn't too bad in 3D. I mean, I didn't want to, but he literally said, you'll like it in 3D. It's the only movie that I've liked in 3D. But whatever. Haven't seen a movie in 3D since, guess didn't like it that much. But another early Steranko work was B-Man. Double Dare Adventures of B-Man. He did a Magic Master. Another one that they did, that Steranko went to Joe Simon's house. And, actually got a steal on this. I picked this up in New York Comic Con for $5. And, issue number 2. I actually prefer this cover. I don't know, there's just something about blues. And, so let's get back to chat. TJ Watson says, great stream, thank you, I really appreciate it. And, he said, really enjoyed. Thanks so much. Jeffrey said, good stream for sure. Thanks again. I mean, I had fun about, I think it was like 2 days ago now, doing a stream. Yeah, I think it was Sunday. And, the only thing I have to work on is starting the stream. But I think I've got it now. And Comic Books NYC said, good stream for sure, man. Time for me to leave Manhattan and head to Brooklyn for the night. Enjoy your night. You too, Comic Books NYC. Have a safe travel. In Manhattan to Brooklyn. What line is that? E line? F line? Maybe the T line. No, I don't know the T line. I only know the E and F. And hey, Genome. So, I already showed the 25 Captain America books for Tony Sanders contest, but right now we're just doing like a free chat. And, yeah, buy Comic Books NYC. And, so, anything in particular you guys want to talk about? One thing I do want to say is the Fantastic Four books. I have been trying to get more of these. I think these will be going up in value. Tell me your opinion. And plus, it has some really nice artwork. So, yeah, thanks, Jan2. She said, enjoying all the books that you show us. I mean, me personally, I think these books will be rising in value. It's only a matter of time before Kevin Feige gets these right and makes a movie out of them. But, I don't know. I am just trying to get some while I can. But yeah, I did this in a haul. I paid like $15 for this. And, how much did I pay for this? $29 for this. So first Black Bolt, $29. It is a little bit of a lower, yeah, it is a lower grade. I'm not great with grading. I'm not going to get it graded. I would say probably 2.0. That's just my guesstimate. Because I'm not good with grading. Yep. Jeffrey, you're right. FF48 is getting pricey, and I do think that that book has a lot of potential. Will I be picking it up? Not unless I find it in the dollar bin, or for like $100, because there's just no way I can afford that book. It's getting really expensive. But yeah, I mean, I think FF49, that's your best bet if you can't afford 48, which I can't. But I don't think I'll be getting 49 anytime soon, unless I find a low grade. I mean, I personally don't mind picking up lower grade books. I said this in my other live stream too. But the early FFs, for my Marvel books, I'm trying to complete the early Cap stuff. So about Cap 100 to really trying to complete up to 120. And yeah, Jeffrey, you got to get lucky and find it for a deal. And the Fantastic Four, I like to get like the first 30 issues, 50 issues, 40 issues. Yeah, Jan too. If you love them, then they're priceless. I mean, that's true. But I'm trying to complete the Captain America, like the early stuff. I'm trying to get some Golden Age Batman Detective Comics. Some early Spider-Man, but those are expensive now. So I doubt that that'll be, I doubt that that'll happen. The closest thing that I have to AF-15 is this reprinted for Old Navy. And this New York Times reprint. I mean, 2 reprints, why not? But so I'm trying to complete like the Amazing Spider-Man, which I don't even have a book yet of, except for this annual number 5. This annual I picked up for $15 at Big Apple Comic Con. So yeah, Jeffrey says that he thinks that they're cool. The early Avengers, my dad has Avengers 4. So, and I'm going to be buying a book from One Legged Books, Avengers 5. It's a CBCS graded 2.0, and he's kind enough to give me a good deal on it. So I would like to complete the first 16 issues. Probably won't be getting Avengers 1 for a while. I wouldn't mind completing the Black Magic DC run, but I'm not spending a lot on these. I mean, they're reprints, but they're really nice reprints. And so I would like to complete this. Wouldn't mind completing this, but it's not a high priority unless I find them. I did pick up a Golden Age book, and it should be here any day now. Maybe 3 days. Well, not any days, but a few more days. Doctor Strange, I'm trying to get 169 to like 175. And yeah. So, in the early Tales of Suspense issues, trying to get those. So, it's 5:50. I'm going to end the stream at 6. And we currently have 6 people watching now. Oh, and if you guys haven't seen, I recently had a video talk about a first appearance in Origin. And I got a really good deal on it. And it's a spec book, but I mean, it's a Nova 1. It's lower grade. I don't know if you guys can see that there's a color breaking lines here. In the spine, there are some spine ticks, but whatever. And Bad Dad just came in, Bad Dad 320. And yeah, I already showed the 25 Captain America books. The stream will probably be ending at 6. Now, usually I will start doing these streams from what did I say? Oh yeah. So the next week I'll be doing a stream next week Tuesday from December 4th from 5 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. So it'll be like a little quick stream, maybe not even that long, like the same time. John Carter, Warlord of Mars. I paid like a few cents for this book. I bought a whole collection. It was one of my early videos. It's like a mini collection of like 40 books. So it's a nice book. There's like 4 spine ticks, 3 can be pressed out. And then we have the first issue special that DC did, and this is the Outsiders. Originally, this was going to be called the Freaks. So, yeah, Genome says Sweet Nova. And originally going to be called the Freaks. Now, this first issue special, these tend to get overlooked because it's not its own title. It's almost like Showcase, but Showcase has some really big first appearances. This was more like of a test run to see what characters stuck, what characters didn't. This is a different Outsiders than the Batman Outsiders, Batman and the Outsiders, which I believe they'll be bringing back. And Surprise Comics, I already completed that run. Sandman. So just going over a little bit of what I would like to complete. I would like to get Tales of Suspense 58. Even low grade, I don't mind. The early Tales of Suspense books around up to issue 70. And some early X-Men. I will be getting some early X-Men in March at Big Apple Comic Con. A dealer from last year is holding them for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really quickly, in the last 7 minutes, just show some of the Captain America books again. So I'm going to show them backwards, actually, because I have them in a stack backwards. And this is for Tony Sanders' 250 contest. So, Captain America's. These are all Captain America books. And, yeah, it's a lot of comics. So, yeah, so that was Captain America 1, Simon and Kirby variant, Adventures of Captain America, Sentinels of Liberty. Issue 4 was a 4-part series. And True Believers, Captain America Collector's Preview from 1990. Captain America Standoff number 7 with the homage cover. And trying to file these back as well as show them off. Okay, and we have Captain America 337. Captain America 250, signed by Jim Scowrup. who I believe edited it. Captain America 249. Captain America 239. Also signed by Jim Skyrock. And Captain America 208, Captain America 207, both all Kirby issues. First Arn Zola in 208. So nice white cover. It's pretty, probably very fine. Maybe even high grade. Another all Kirby issue. Cap 198 and 193, I believe, is all Kirby. Maybe not. I might be wrong. But this is when he returned from DC. Thanks, Bad Dad. He said, nice books. Yeah, I'm just running them over again. Captain America 186, Captain America 184. Just showing the people who came a little late the books I showed at the very beginning of the stream and filing them back at the same time. Actually, that goes first. And Cap 176, Cap 181. 176 was one of the first books that Metarog bought at his 7-Eleven. I don't know why 176 is all the way up here. I have to hold that. Cap 180. Cap 180. And then you guys saw Cap 176. Cap 131, Cap 118. So that, the Hood, I believe that's his name. Oh yeah, the Hood was actually Baron von Strucker, which his first appearance is Sergeant Fury #5, which I do own. Really after the Age of Ultron movie, that book crashed, but still worth one of the more expensive ones out of the Sergeant Fury line. That line doesn't get a lot of, it's not worth a whole lot for some reason. Cap 112, lower grade. Cap 111, lower grade, signed by Jim Steranko. And 3 more minutes, we're going to make it on time. Cap 103 issue. And Cap 104, also Kirby for saying super cool books. The stands I use, I mentioned this in the very beginning, and I actually made these out of Lego. And I'll be making a video in the future, maybe even a live stream, I don't know, because I quite like the live stream interacting with people. The problem is, I mean, I guess people could see it and then refer back to it. So the live stream, not the live stream, what am I talking about? Bad Dad said, Bub's Comics said, thanks, great stream. Oh, Bad Dad said he just picked up a Sergeant Fury in his Howling Commandos #1. So now, Bad Dad, do you have the complete run of Sergeant Fury in the Howling Commandos? At least the early ones? I think you might. Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. Those, he said those stands are awesome. So basically, I was trying to make, I didn't know that I had this. Well, I knew I had it, but I couldn't find it. It was like somewhere. And I might start using that now or something. I don't know. But I had Legos and I decided to make these stands. And Bad Dad has all of them up to 50, so that's really good. So it's basically just a Lego stand. It's 2x4 bricks and 2x6 and 2x2 tiles, 2x4 tiles, and what is this called? 1x2 hinged. So I'll make a tutorial on it, and they could actually be folded up and opened too. So you could stand your books slanting straight. So, and they don't use a lot of bricks. They're not heavy. They don't hurt your books. So you can even stack them like this, which I do. Oh, Area 51. Oh, just like last time. Right at the end. Well, it's fine, because next week I'll be starting the stream at 5 and ending it at 6 p.m. Maybe would this work? Yeah, Area 51. I am a Lego man. I'm a Golden Age and Lego man. So, but I just picked up some Legos, so I'll be doing an unboxing of those. And one of them is a Star Wars set, and one of them is a Marvel superhero set. And Comic Books NYC said, just got out of the subway and the stream is still going. I'm back. Badass says, better later than never. Better late than never. I mean, since Area 51 and Comic Books NYC just came back, maybe should I just do it for like a few more minutes? Would you guys care to watch for another like 20 minutes? Just talking? I mean, it's up to you. Because I'm just waiting for TMZ at 6:30. So I know a lot of you guys are coming in now, so maybe should I make the stream from next week from 5:30 to 6:30? Would that be better? Yeah, Comic Books NYC. Bad Dad's collection is great. Yeah, and he has the wall, and it has a bunch of books, and the top loaders and the Spinner Rack Friday. Great books. And he has, I believe it's All Winners 28? I don't know. From the Golden Age with, I believe it's a Schomburg cover. But Schomburg did 12, even better. But Schomburg did a lot of work in the Golden Age of Timely, and I believe he did the Invaders too in the Bronze Age with Roy Thomas writing. But yeah, Schomburg did some good work, and he did Captain America Comics issue 3 with the sci-fi cover. Oh no, Area 51. I could stay till 6:30. Oh, Comic Books NYC, you collect Schomburg as well? Is that Golden Age Schomburg or Bronze Age Invader Schomburg? You know, I'm kind of disappointed because on eBay, I could have bought like, I think it was like 14 or 15 Invader books for, I think, $6.99 free shipping, and I passed on it. And also, Comic Books NYC says he has Captain America Comics 51, which is a Schomburg cover. Yeah, and yeah, Area 51. He sometimes signs a name called BRDS. And so Comic Books NYC recently, come to think of it, my contest is ending this Saturday, so get your entries in if you haven't entered. Bad Dad, I actually would be pretty interested in if you entered, because one of the questions is what 2 comics would you never sell no matter the price? And I know you have a lot of great comics, so ALEX. Yeah, I knew it was something backwards. I was like, BRDS, what does that stand for? XELA. I know, that's pretty interesting. You know who has an interesting signature? John Romita Jr. So, John Romita, he's JR, and then Jr., so he writes JR. Yeah. And, yeah, Bad Dad. That would be a tough question, I know. I mean, I don't know what books I would sell. I wouldn't sell any of my, my Golden Age books. If I had some moderns, maybe. I wouldn't mind selling some moderns, but Golden Age, no, they're here to stay. Yeah, Area 51, he signs it JR, and I think that's very interesting. And Comic Books NYC, he did a contest entry for my contest, and at the end he showed off, I don't know if you read my comment yet, but he showed off World's Finest issue 8, and it has some Simon and Kirby work in there. And I believe there's a 3.0 restored. Oh yeah, I meant to ask you, the case, it looks like a magazine case, but it's a comic inside. I mean, it's like really proportioned weirdly. So, I mean, do you know how that happened? Yeah, he said it's a magazine case. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And he says he wants to get it reholdered. I mean, oh, he said he didn't slab it himself. Yeah. I mean, World's Finest 8. Simon and Kirby did a lot of stuff for DC before the war. And it said he did sell a Amazing Spider-Man 1 Golden Records complete a while back. I'm not too familiar with that book. I mean, I know that there was an Amazing Spider-Man reprint, but can you just briefly tell me what that is? Like if it was like just like a limited edition printing or something? Because I have heard of it and I'm not too familiar with it. So okay, so it's a 1966 reprint with a record. Oh, that. I believe they did Avengers 4 of that too. Okay, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. It was a record, but it came with a comic. Oh, 1966. 1966. What year did Amazing Spider-Man 1 come out? 1964? 65? So it wasn't soon after. So it was around this. It was almost the same time. I wonder, did the record sell well? Because now Amazing Spider-Man, because now 1962, yeah. So it was only a few years after, because I know now Amazing Spider-Man 1, I know Amazing Spider-Man 1's in demand, and the book's hard to find. So a lot of people would turn to other books that came out around the same time period, and if that didn't sell too well, it would be counted as almost rare. Sold for about $1,500. Wow, that's a lot. But it was complete, and like I said, if it didn't sell, even if it did sell well, like you look at Captain America Comics 1, sold out 97%. Even Marvel Comics 1 sold out a lot. And they're hard to find. So complete sold for about $1,500. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I know Area 51, if he's still here. I know he likes Legos too, and he has some Legos and figurines in the background of his videos. And yeah, so I'm excited to start working on my Avengers collection. Just another bunch of books that I have to find money to buy. Yeah, cherry condition too, cellophane and all. I know. So if it was so it was basically still shrink wrapped. From 1960s. That's good. But Bad Dad, question for you. Do you own the early Avengers books? I can't remember if you do. Do you? I know, I think you might have done an Avengers Spotlight, Avengers, Comic Book Friday. I remember Strange Tales, there was Sergeant Fury, there was, okay, so, he says all Avengers up to 70, question mark. So I believe he owns, I believe you own all of the Avengers up to issue 70. So that means you own, Avengers 57. Now, a quick, history about Avengers 57. You know that iconic pose with the red background and the Vision coming up with his hand, and, there's, like, people below running scared. Well, that's actually from, the comic in the Golden Age, Marvel, I think Marvel Mystery Comics. I think it was like 13. And there was a character called The Vision. And it looked really similar. And it was created by Simon and Kirby. And yeah, I believe it was issue 13. And on the splash page, it had, because it wasn't his own book, it was like a group book, almost like USA Comics and All Winners and Avengers, but it wasn't a team. It was just their individual stories, like World's Finest, and or like All Stars. And it had the same position as Avengers 57, so they basically used that. But so Roy Thomas, in an interview, Roy Thomas, creator of the Vision from Avengers 57, and he said he originally wanted to bring the character back. And Stan Lee said that he wanted to do an android. So at the end, they made Vision. They basically brought Vision back, but they created a new character and called the Vision, and it was just an android. So I mean, that's pretty interesting in my opinion. I mean, like I said, I find these little facts interesting. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's pretty interesting seeing how the Golden Age affects even the modern comics. It's just interesting to me, and that's what I tend to do on my channel. I intend to talk about the Golden Age and see how it affects us. Yeah, Bad Dad. See, Bad Dad didn't know that. But yeah, Harvey Comics had some good titles. They had good superhero comics. They had Adventures of the Flaw. Well, no, that's Archie. But going back to Harvey, they had Boys Ranch. They had Boy Explorers, which Boy Explorers was done right after the war. So Boy Explorers was done. Yeah, Boy Explorers was done in 1946. Joe and Jack just got out of the army about a year earlier, and they went over to Alfred Harvey, who also got out of the war, who went in the same time around Joe did. Jack went in about a year later. He was drafted. Joe and Alfred signed up. So they came back first. Then Jack came back because he had frostbite. He would go to towns and like draw their maps, and he would have to get out without being killed. And I guess he was in a really cold place, and his feet got frostbite. So he came back, and they went over to Harvey Comics because they were all friends back then. Everyone knew each other, and they did Boy Explorers in 1946. They did Stuntman, which that's just a reprint of right here. So this is a reprint. It had the same cover except it was Stuntman, and yeah, just a little interesting. Sorry. If you guys were using headphones, I really feel bad for you. Sorry. Let's just put this away. But do you guys have any questions? I mean, I really enjoyed doing the questions on my live stream 2 days ago. I thought that was quite fun. Jeffrey asked some good questions, and so if you guys have any questions, let me know. And we started talking about Super Patriot and from Image, and it's currently 6:13 right now. So if you guys have any questions, and what am I thinking of? Oh yeah, Bad Dad. I know that you have what's that book called? So you have Amazing Fantasy 15, you have Amazing Spider-Man, and you have all those early ones. What Marvel series? Love that Black Cat. This one, or there's two. So let me know which one. I mean, I intended for this is a Simon and Kirby cover with mainly Joe Simon, but I intended for this shadow to be like it's creeping in with the shadow. Yeah. So Bad Dad said he had two Amazing Fantasy 15s, and my question to Bad Dad is, I know you have all these Marvel comics, so what series are you trying to complete out of them? Because I know you have like you mentioned, you have the Avengers you have 1 through 70 all complete. So what comic series are you trying to complete? And do you have any really DC books? So, okay, so Area 51 said really like both, but the second one is neat looking. So I'm assuming this is the second one. And yeah, these. Yeah, is everything working? Yeah, I think everything's okay. Um, but Black Cat Mystery number 35. Area 51, he asked, do I have, okay, Comic Books NYC, he said he has to go, he has to, make dinner and everything after long days of work. So take care, and, oh, Bad Dad said he has unopened boxes behind the couch. DC is in there, but he can't remember what's in there. So that would be interesting videos. I know like your second video, I subscribed to your channel when you had like 3 videos out. You had the videos where you would open up the box and you would look at what's inside and pull books out. I actually really enjoyed that. So if you have time and want to do that with the DCs, I think that would be great. So this Black Cat Mystery issue 35. And Bad Dad said early Marvel monster titles is what he's looking for. So Black Cat Mystery number 35. This is actually the Atomic cover. I believe this is yeah, you like to complete those. I believe this is actually a classic cover in the price guide. Can't really remember where my price guide is. Whatever. But yeah, so this is a classic, I believe it's either Simon and Kirby or just Joe Simon, I forget. But it seems like something was chewing on it down here. But yeah, I have to get like a full Mylar for this. This is, actually, I'll just take it out of the bag. But I need like a knife or something to do it. Let me see what I have. Oh yeah, I have those scissors. So there's a Mylar. And today's Tuesday night, so Seawater's live streams at 7. Hope to see you guys there. And the stream will be ending in about 12 minutes. So, okay, so Bad Dad said he thinks he's going to try to complete Amazing Adventures, which is also Amazing Adult Fantasy. He's trying to complete that next. And I mean, you already have arguably probably the most expensive one out of the run. And there's only 15 issues in the run, so but this is the Atomic cover by Harvey. I forget what year. Did I write it? No, of course I didn't. Let's see. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's a really nice gloss on it too. And the gloss is nice. So it's a May issue, Black Cat Mystery, 1952 from Harvey Comics. Published monthly. So, oh look, this is really interesting. I want to share this with you guys. So, oh, I don't want that piece to break. I don't want this. So, they're giving something away for free. But I don't think that was really requested for a lot. The Last Man on Earth. And I think my series, Throwback Thursday, every Thursday, I was originally just doing basically synopsis and just and then art highlights. What I'll do is I'll just Throwback Thursday. I'll just make a video with and basically go through the book. So that'll be Throwback Thursday. So instead of hearing me rambling on and then looking at the art, we'll just look at the art for Throwback Thursday. So that'll be coming out every Thursday. I mean, it is called Throwback Thursday. And this cover, if you were here earlier, I talked about mashups. And if you watch my series every Saturday about looking at original art, I talk about looking at the original art and seeing what the mashup was. With this cover, you know what? I might look for this cover this Saturday, see if they have it. If it was sold before. But most likely, well, definitely, the Black Cat Mystery, that's a mashup. The lettering, the month is a mashup. 10 Cents mashup, those are easy mashups. Strangest Tales of Fear and Terror, that's a mashup. Black Cat Mystery, that's a mashup. Read the Last Man on Earth, mashup. Usually the words, especially if they're like bigger without on people, those are definitely mashups. Most likely the dragons, they were drawn on different piece of paper, mashed up. The clouds, probably drawn a different piece of paper, then put in, then they overlap this dragon onto it. This was most likely drawn on a different cover, then put in, and that action might have just been there already. Maybe this was one big mashup, and then they just plotted the monsters on and drew that. I mean, I know with the Golden Age, a lot of them were actually drawn on the cover, so most of the mashup was just the writing. So that's a little bit different of the Golden Age and the Bronze Age. And with the modern now, it's mostly digital, so, I mean. And, so thanks Area 51 for bringing that up about that book. And it was nice to go through it. I also have this, another Harvey book, A Black Cat Mystic. This is the cover's not as much, not as dynamic, but this is more of like a horror comic, I think. Yeah, number 58 from September. September of what year? I don't know. So I mean, but Simon and Kirby did a good amount of work for Harvey. For Harvey Comics, and I look forward to showing you guys Adventures of the Fly. That's beautiful stories. And let me ask you, do you guys mind if like let's say Fight American 1, if I have like a reprinted edition, would you guys mind looking at the reprint edition, not at the actual comic, or would you guys definitely want just see the actual comic? I know there's nothing like the actual comic. And here we have Headline Comics number 29. Just great. Just, you guys should just read what that says and read the art. Let me see the art, not read the art. I mean, this is one of my favorite covers, crime covers. So, but another great character is Bullseye, Western Scout from 50s, mainline, Simon and Kirby cover. Great character. Okay, and the stream will be ending in 6 minutes, so just to let you guys know. And what was I thinking? Oh yeah, so the other day I was talking about older comics and stuff like that. So Bad Dad says reprints are okay with him. Yeah, I think some of them I might do reprints. Because even some of the books that are reprinted, I don't have the actual comic, which I'm still working on acquiring. And I mentioned in my Oh, and Ario51 says it's my collection. Show what I want. And thanks. My past stream, the first stream that I did the other day, I was talking about how, and I just mentioned this before. I just bought a Golden Age book, and it was I paid $46 for it, and in that condition, it goes for about $150, and I paid $46 shipped. So I won it in a bidding and decided, and so I'll probably get here in a few days. I don't know if I can contain myself and wait for Tuesday to do an unboxing. Yeah, Bad Dad originals can be damaged. What I will do is I'll make. I don't know if I want to do a stream every day, every week though. But if I make a stream every week, I could do a. Every week I could do a contest entry and do like a little chat. So if you guys are interested in that, we could do that. But my next stream will be next week, December 4th at 5 to 6, unless you guys want to make it 5:30 to 6 to 6:30. So stream's ending in 4 minutes. I'm gonna think about doing either the original or the reprint. This week I will be doing a reprint, and just want to remind you guys again, Bub's Comics, or I already mentioned Bad Dad or Area 51. My contest is ending soon, and I'm giving away Fighting American. Still shrink wrapped from 1980 something. Still shrink wrapped. It reprints all the stories. So still shrink wrapped. And the comic book makers, of course, a new one. This is my personal copy. And that's first place prize, and second place prize is just the Fighting American book. And so check it out. It ends this Saturday. If any of you guys want to still enter, I have about 13 entries. 14 entries. I have to count them all. So, yeah, exactly. So, Area 51, he said he rarely brings out his Superman 26. It's pretty fragile. Or fragile, however you want to say it. And Bad Dad said, nice show. Thanks so much. If you guys can, and if you guys don't mind, can you just hit the the thumbs up button. So if you guys can, if it's not too much. And Bad Dad says Superman 26, keep that away from pizza night. Totally agree. Superman 26, that's an early book. And Bub's Comics says, nice later everyone. And Area 51 says it has 2 covers. And Nerd vs. Fat said, great chat. Looking forward to the next one. Yeah, no problem. It'll be next week, so mark your calendars. And Area 51. Oh, John's Comics with Kids. He came in at the last second. It's ending in 2 minutes. Oh God. John's Comics with Kids. Just let you know, it's going to. My next stream will be next week, Tuesday, December 4th. From 5:30 to 6:30, so that way you won't miss it. Okay, John's Comics with Kids said he'll watch the replay. Oh, you really don't have to. I mean, if you want, sure. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the Superman 26. So that's a pretty early issue. I was looking on eBay and I saw a pretty fragile copy of Batman 15, a detached cover, front and back cover. But I mean, I didn't bid on it because it was like $200, so can't afford it. But yeah, I would like an early Batman, an early Superman, early Detective, early Wonder Woman. Not looking to complete those, but just have early 1 or 2 of them. So, and John's Comments with Kids. He said, everyone's saying hi to everyone. And Bad Dad said, later, guys. See you next time. So, bye, Bad Dad. And I actually have to go now. So, enjoy your night. And see you guys next time in my next stream, next week. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.